So here I am back on it again with another pre-release video drop, and this time it's a brand new lens from Sigma. And as you probably just saw, Sigma have just announced the new 20mm f2 in their I series lineup. I've already tested out the 35mm and the 24mm in this range, with videos on those two coming out soon, but since this one is a newbie of the group, I really wanted to make this review as soon as I possibly could. And I've only had this lens for around a week, so I haven't really had it as long as I normally would with a new product before putting a video out about it, but needless to say, I've still had the chance to get hands on with it, and in today's video, I'll be telling you exactly what I think about it. First of all, let's cover the price. So this lens will set you back around £650 here in the UK, so it is one of the more expensive lenses in the I series lineup, with an identical price as the 65mm f2 that's already out. The 24mm in this lineup as well is about £100 cheaper, so I guess you're paying a premium for something that is a little bit wider than the conventional primes on the market. We saw the 20mm focal length in the 20-60 kit lens that was included with the Panasonic S5 kit if you decide to opt for that package. And for the most part, I'd say that that lens was widely approved for a variety of different things. Since you can also pick up the 20-60 kit lens now for around £249 used, I'd actually say that Sigma have quite a tough sell on their hands with this prime lens. There are many benefits to the 20mm f2 from Sigma over the Panasonic 20-60 kit lens, of course, and I'll go through some of those now, but I guess the question I'd be asking myself at this point is whether those benefits are worth £400 more in comparison, especially when you can pick up the kit lens for so cheap now. You are able to stop down to f2 with a Sigma Prime, so therefore you'll get a nice amount of subject separation and have the benefit of gathering more light in darker situations. I would say that the Sigma lens is better built with a higher quality of materials when compared to the Panasonic 20-60 kit lens. It's a full metal construction with a clicked aperture ring, just like all of the other lenses in the I series lineup, and it is very compact in size at only around 7.5 centimeters. In fact, it's actually an identical size to the 24mm f2 that's already existing in this I series lineup. And this lens actually weighs 370 grams, so it's 20 grams heavier than the 20-60 kit lens. It also has a minimum focus distance of 22 centimeters, while the 20-60's minimum focus distance is 15 centimeters. So that's quite a large difference there. I never used to read too much into minimum focusing distances, but trust me, sometimes they can make or break what you're trying to do. Now, this lens definitely starts to make a lot of sense when you see the image quality it's able to produce, and just like the other Sigma lenses in the I series lineup, it really does not disappoint. There's great center sharpness, and the corner sharpness seems to be pretty good as well. As you probably know if you've seen my channel before, I'm not the type to use graphs to test a lens's overall sharpness, and I'd much rather actually use the lens and let my eyes tell me whether I like the images instead. Also, just as a quick side note, if you have watched a few of my videos already and enjoy the content that I make on this channel, then please subscribe, because I have noticed that a lot of people that watch this channel are not subscribed, and of course, every subscriber makes a massive difference. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. So let's just circle back around to the weird middle ground that the 20mm focal length falls in. If 24mm is too close for you and 16mm is too wide for you, then 20mm should feel about right. Here's a quick comparison I did that shows the difference between 24mm, 20mm, and 16mm. I think one of the nicer things about shooting at 20mm is the reduced amount of distortion that you sometimes get while shooting at 16mm. And I'd actually say that the 20mm focal length actually looks quite pleasing for vlogging, since you're still able to get a good amount of the background in the frame without feeling too close like you would at 24mm. In fact, I'd actually say that this lens would be more useful for me for self-filming and YouTube videos, more so than it would be for photography, simply because if I want to get a super wide photo, I'll probably just use 60mm instead, and then have the flexibility to crop in and fix distortion in post if I needed to. If you were to A/B compare this lens to the Panasonic 20-60 in terms of sharpness though, I'm pretty sure that the Sigma would win, purely because of course it's a prime lens, and also because Sigma lenses generally seem to have the edge in terms of sharpness and contrast straight out of camera, compared to a lot of other lens manufacturers. So, since I definitely call this lens a lightweight walk around vlogging lens, how does it shape up in terms of autofocus? Well, in photo mode, it's no surprise that focus is quick and accurate on my Panasonic S5. I literally had no issues at all when shooting stills in all of my testing. However, in video mode, it is a little bit hit and miss in terms of speed and accuracy. And this is where the lines start to get a little bit blurred again between this lens and the Kit 20-60 from Panasonic. In my testing, I've been both impressed and a little confused by this lens. Sometimes the AF is absolutely perfect and tracks my face without any issues whatsoever while vlogging and generally moving around in the frame, but other times if I move backwards or forwards just slightly, it will lose me completely. As we all know by now, Sigma lenses tend to be a little slower than Panasonic lenses in terms of video AF, so just keep this in mind if you are looking for a lens that you can just keep in AFC for the majority of your filming. Okay, so to wrap up this video, would I recommend the brand new Sigma 20mm f2? For the most part, yeah, I definitely would. It is a well-built lens that is both compact and extremely sharp and comes in handy for a multitude of different applications where you're looking for just a little more than what you get at 24mm. I've had a lot of fun using it, and if you are looking to get the best possible image quality in this focal range, then there's literally nothing else out there for the L mount right now that will rival this. With that being said, I do still feel like the kit 20-60 lens is a better deal overall, since it's also pretty impressive in terms of sharpness, especially for a kit lens. And while it does limit you to f3.5 at 20mm, you can still pick one up for a lot less money than the Sigma 20mm and save a little bit on the weight too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat useful, entertaining or interesting, and if you did, then please subscribe because I do make a lot of content here surrounding the L mount ecosystem and of course the Panasonic full frame line-up cameras. So if you're into that sort of stuff, this channel's definitely for you. So yeah, thanks again for watching and hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Cheers.